because I wanted to put him down basically, right? And with that example,
does it work from does it still work? What you like the same thing, or does it have to be
you know what? Even if you were getting extremely sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave this kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah. So let's just say it was.
So let's right. So let's just say it was yeah.
I'm gonna do everything he tells me to do. Alrighty. Now I just gotta wait for it to load. Hopefully it'll load faster. I don't feel like waiting for too long.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, so I'm using mouse and keyboard, so just to be fair, my mouse is very sensitive.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yeah, I used to, for some reason, I like this. I thought it'd be like, it's effective. Loading. Oh, so I keep smacking y'all. I'm just trying to put my fingers up by my face. Just, I'm resting my hand on I'm resting my head, like my chin on my fingers, on my palm and stuff, and I keep accidentally hitting the mic.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, I don't like this darkness. Okay, is there a... video, maybe? I don't know if that's going to do anything. Oh great, it's stuck. Just gonna mute it for a second. Actually, never mind, because it may still be picking it up. Oh, it's doing something. Oh, it crashed. You've got to be kidding me. That happened. Alright, you know what, I'll just... You're kidding me. Lovely, it crashed. Yay. This is gonna be one interesting video. Especially if poor Stanley keeps crashing on me. Only 10 minutes in.
You know, because I wanted to put him down here, but basically, right. And was that example on the streets?
Does it work from like does it still work? Do you feel support you like going and the same thing, or does it have to be doing it?
You know what? Even if you were doing it to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave this kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah. So let's just say it was.
So let's just say it was yeah. Great.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna skip the cutscene this time. And I'm not gonna bother to wait on his instructions. I'm just gonna like kind of speed through this part. This might work. We shall see. Alrighty. Come on, Stanley. Pretty sure at this point this video is going to be nothing but loading. Oh, here it goes.
This is the All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I was about to say, what passageway is not there? what's in there. Hey, by the way, if you hear a rattling sound, that's probably the PS4. That's hot.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright, I know y'all can't see what's in the dark. Don't feel bad though, neither can I. Yes, light.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, by the way, there's a thing over here that says escape. I don't know what that does. So, yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building and his co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Alrighty, let's see here. Okay,
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
yeah, well. Here's the thing, he doesn't know how to do it. Because I have no idea how to do it. Anyways, I'm gonna leave this video here. When I come back, I'll figure out how to do this. But till then, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you liked this video. If you want to see more, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.